I develop most of the CANSET software. This means that I manage our GitHub repository and I implement our custom libraries. It's also my responsibility to coordinate the two ESP32s and ensure that the ground station can handle the data. I also implement the Kalman filter and I engineer the main structure of the code.
I'm responsible for some of the electrical design and programming. Back in autumn, I designed the first iteration of the CANSET electronics, consisting of 2 boards and breakout modules. The purpose of it is to serve as a test platform and to provide a viable model in case any opportunities arise before the next iteration is operational. Regarding the next iteration, after deciding on our secondary mission, we wrote down every necessary components and decided to make 2 separate interconnected boards. We decided that Bottom would make the board which receives data from mine and saves and transmits it, and I would make the one that measures the data using 6 separate sensors. This was my first time designing a proper SMT or surface mount technology PCB or printed circuit board, which was much harder than the previous iteration where the modules simply needed to be connected. I'm not sure exactly how many hours it took, but I think it was a few hundred. Most of the work was not the designing itself, but rather reading datasheets and learning proper practices, terminology and design rules, especially regarding high-speed data lines. Despite it being an enormous grind that sacrificed free time and often sleep, I confidently say that it was worth it, simply because learning and making something was so rewarding. After I finished my PCB duties, I helped with the programming. My main job is to get the code to actually work on the hardware and debug it. I also sometimes do 3D modeling for tests if needed. Overall, I have a good understanding of the project and enjoy bringing the different parts of it together.
I'm one of the electrical designers in our team. I actually had an interest for electronics for a long time, but I had no idea where to start. That's where CANSET came in and kickstarted this whole thing for me. I became the radio communication and electrical designer in our team. This year I designed my first PCB, and now I'm working on a 4-layer design that's going to be the main board of our CANSET, which will contain 2 full-size boards, and I'm only working on one of them, but I'm responsible to make the physics work in the entire project. I'm also the one who does the soldering, which is quite a challenge with the small SMD components we use.
My role in the team is to prepare the CANSET for precise landing. I love physics and math competitions. I learned programming last year. This year, I'm writing the software that uses sensor data, matrices, and integrals to rotate the servo into the right position in a fraction of a second. Testing is much more useful than learning in classes. My sleeping habits have also changed. I sleep less to work more on the paraglider parachute.
My only knowledge was some programming in C++. Since then, I have learned 3D modeling and coding firmware for microcontrollers, as those are areas of the project I have contributed to. Our CANSET has many parts, for example a battery, a servo, PCBs, and so on. Everything was designed onto a 60mm plate, with our 2 PCBs being the same size too. These plates are then placed into the body of the CANSET, which are 2 nearly identical half cylinders. This way, we achieve superior serviceability.
Our outreach program focuses mainly on social media, but we perform presentations in our school as well. We decided to separate our content into 2 different channels. On our main channel, our goal is to show people they don't need the university degree to enjoy scientific stuff. We try to be humorous but also informative. On our second channel, we post our CANSET-related content that goes more in depth for people who want to learn more. Currently, we have around 100 subscribers on YouTube and around 115 followers on Facebook. We are also active on Instagram and TikTok.